All right, let's talk about something we all feel. In this crazy world that's always pulling us in a million directions, right? Finding just a little bit of mental peace can feel, well, impossible. But today, we're going to dig into an ancient philosophy with a super modern twist that can help us get there. It's called Stoic Minimalism.
I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? It feels like your brain has way too many tabs open. One for work, another for your family, a few just replaying that awkward thing you said yesterday, and then like a dozen more tabs open with all these random worries about the future. It's exhausting. And look, this feeling of being completely overloaded, it's not just you, it's real. We are just bombarded 24/7 by this constant stream of information, notifications, social pressure, all of it. And all this digital and mental clutter, it creates this low-key, constant stress that just drains our energy and shatters our focus. But what if the answer isn't some new productivity app or some crazy life hack? What if it's actually timeless wisdom from like 2,000 years ago? Seriously, the ancient Stoics were absolute masters of the inner world, and their ideas, they're an incredibly powerful antidote to our modern chaos. And that brings us right to this core idea, Stoic minimalism. Now, this isn't about having fewer sweaters or a stark white apartment, no. This is about having fewer but more meaningful thoughts inside your head. Think of it as a deliberate practice, a mental decluttering, so you can finally make space for clarity, focus, and, actual peace. Okay, look at this, because this comparison really hits home. On one side, you've got the modern mindset. That's the constant reacting, the fear of missing out, feeling totally buried by information. Sound familiar? And on the other side, the Stoic minimalist mindset. We're talking intentional action, real inner peace, and a laser focus on what's essential. The whole point is to make that journey from the left side to the right, from total chaos to total clarity.
So the big question is, how do we actually do this? Well, it starts with subtraction, not addition. It's about letting go. So let's dive into 3 specific pieces of mental baggage that you can, intentionally discard starting right now. All right, first up on our list, and this is a big one. It's probably one of the biggest strains on our mental energy. It's worrying about the uncontrollable. Just think about it for a second. How much time and energy do we waste stressing over things we have absolutely zero power to change? The weather, the traffic, what other people think or do. I mean, that's like trying to steer a giant ship from the passenger seat. It's pointless and exhausting. And this quote from the Stoic philosopher Epictetus just nails it. The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control. It's so simple but so profound. The first step to peace is just knowing where your control starts and maybe more importantly, where it ends. So here's the key. You've got to make this a practical, everyday habit. The next time you feel that anxiety creeping in, just stop and ask yourself, is this actually within my control? If the answer is no, you have to consciously redirect that energy. Take all that worry and point it towards something you can control, your actions, your responses, your own effort. That's the game changer. Okay, on to the second thing we need to discard. And this is a huge source of anxiety in our hyper-connected world, the need for external validation. Look, we're social animals, right? It's totally natural to care what other people think. But when our self-worth gets tied up in likes, compliments, and the approval of others, we've basically handed over the keys to our own happiness. We've put someone else in the driver's seat. Marcus Aurelius, who was literally the emperor of Rome and a Stoic philosopher, pointed out this weird paradox centuries ago. He said, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others." Isn't that wild? We trust the opinions of strangers on the internet over our own judgment. Stoic minimalism says it's time to flip that script. And this right here, this is the path to real freedom. When you start operating from a strong set of your own internal principles, what some people call your inner scorecard, you are no longer a slave to praise or criticism. You do the right thing because you believe it's right, not because you're hoping for a round of applause. All right, and finally, number 3. This might be the toughest one to remove in our modern world. Mindless distractions. I mean, our attention is the most valuable currency we have, and we just give it away for free all day long. The endless scrolling, the constant pings and notifications, trying to multitask,
These things aren't just wasting our time, they are literally rewiring our brains to be incapable of deep, meaningful focus.
The Roman philosopher Seneca said it best: to be everywhere is to be nowhere. And wow, is that more relevant today than ever before. If your mind is constantly scattered across a dozen different things, it's not truly present for any of them. A distracted life is ultimately a shallow life. So what's the big takeaway here? You have to be ruthless about protecting your focus. Seriously. Put your phone in another room when you need to concentrate. Close all those unnecessary browser tabs. Dedicate solid blocks of time to doing just one thing. This isn't about being less productive. It's about creating the right conditions for meaningful work and actually being present in your own life.
You know, when you start removing these things, the worry about what you can't control, the constant need for approval, the mindless distractions, something really amazing happens. You don't feel empty, you feel spacious. It's like you're clearing away all this mental fog, and what's left behind is just clarity. Real clarity on your values, your priorities, and where you actually want to direct your precious energy. You finally make room for deep thoughts, meaningful connections, and taking intentional action. So I'm gonna leave you with this question. As you go about the rest of your day, what's the first thing you'll choose to remove? What's that one piece of mental clutter, a specific worry, that need for someone's approval, a habitual distraction that you're gonna intentionally let go of, starting right now? Because the path to clarity, it begins with that single powerful act of removal.